That Robert Saleh has said, I don't understand why right now. Let me give you information to help you understand. Zach Wilson, 54%. He threw 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, became a 9-game. All right. Very Tebow-esque, dare I say, in terms of Patrick Mahomes, my friend. So I'm not throwing any shade onto Tebow. I'm just talking about the ability to pass the football on the NFL level, not necessarily on his assets. He was big. I asked football players, because I damn sure I'm trying to play. I was just looking at Shannon Sharp sitting there yesterday and Chris Canty. I was like, man, good Lord, man. I've never played football. Look at this, man. I don't want anybody to hit me. But here's the thing. I remember, and I asked this question since last year. Zach Wilson got hurt. Did you ever see a team happen with the quarterback? Zach. I mean, like, they couldn't hide. Cameras were rolling, microphones were lit, or whatever. They could not hide their glee. I'm talking about people wearing the same uniform. I'm talking about people in the same building. Right there. You understand what I'm trying to say? It was bad, man. And you know how bad you got to be that in the NFL, where there's only 17 games in the regular season, and you're the New York Jets, by the way, 29th ranked offense last season. You know how bad you got to be when you're supposed to be the starting quarterback when you're a former number 2 overall draft pick, all right? Recently, within a decade ago, okay? And you get hurt, and the team is not unhappy because they were not. Now, they didn't wish you don't get hurt where you walk the field. But look, you got being behind 7 for them, they were overjoyed. And I understand that Aaron Rodgers was there, and that he might have had an impact being in that quarterback room, getting into his head a little bit, a few things here and there, but you don't have any idea what's going to happen this week. You're going to Dallas. You're going to this quarterback is going against that defense. That defense. And all I'm saying to you, this is my last point. All I'm saying to you, I look at Reese Hall, spectacular. Spectacular. Dalvin Cook, we know what that was. Gary Wilson is that too. And the defense is all that baggage. Okay? And I don't mean the same baggage like on Boston. The baggage of the Giants offense was close to nothing. But I'm telling you right now, you can't have Zach Wilson behind all that. You got to do something. Robert Zeller can talk all that stuff you want. Also saying you coaches, this ain't hard not, but we ain't behind it. Y'all in a world of trouble because Zach Wilson is your quarterback. Period.
First off, you're not allowed to talk about Dallas. All of a sudden now the Cowboys are going to devour the Jets. Cowboys.
So,
They were knocking the Cowboys. Now you always accuse me of playing both sides of the
now,
match.
Yeah.
don't you go down. You're going to do that later. You're going to do that later.
That's the first thing. Second thing, again, Joe David is not coming down from the clouds. Where were they getting another quarterback? This is what they got.
You got to try. Looking for as much as he said we have confidence in Zach, he still said we're going to look for him.
Well, they need a backup. They got to get another backup.
Yeah. Are you sure Zach is not going to be the backup based on potentially that hit? Let me tell you the reason I said fell out. And a lot of people are like, what the hell? He make it so. Now, he turned the football over some, but he will let him know. He's athletic enough to get himself out of trouble behind the offensive line that we don't think is very good. I don't think they're bad. I think they're on the progression throughout the season. And he also played with a really good defensive one. In the last playoff game we saw him in, he was helping them to the play. So I'm not talking in front of they're going to get a quarterback that's going to win. I'm saying there's a guy out there that can get you 2 or 3 wins. With that stop. Please don't. But let's not be too.
What? Well, what? No, I'm really not.
Oh my God, he's not.
Tom Brady avoid it's they don't want to be think about playing quarterback.
1 year, 1 ring.
1 year they in your
He's not.
I mean if they in your psyche. He's not
Well,
but I have a problem. I have a problem with thinking that some magical thing about Zach Wilson is about to happen. We don't have to be disseminated. That's shades. And get around all season. To go
Listen, I understand they are not going to win a Super Bowl. Last year they were 7-4. They didn't have Brees Hall. They didn't have Cook. They didn't have Beckham.
Yep, okay.
Now they got all 3 of them, and Wilson's got to get a little better. They also got a winner under the voter already. How many did they keep?
Can I say this to you? Can I say this? Let's not forget the fact that most of the came back to quarterback last year. About 5, right? That's number 1. Number 2, even though they ended the season with 6 games streak, they're pretty much over at 1 possession losses, what have you. But here's the bottom line: 1 score less action. Here's the deal. I'll give the Jets some love from this perspective. They get to an AFC championship. A couple of AFC championships. That's it. Right? You had a shutdown corner. Obviously, you had a good running game. Okay, you had a big time defense, and that helped you. So you could make the argument that something like that could help propel the New York Jets so much better this year than last year. My problem is this: look at the road you have to travel. You got Buffalo, Miami, and New York. You got Baltimore, Cincinnati, and now Cleveland in the AFC North. You got Jacksonville in the South. You got Kansas City and Los Angeles in the West. much, at least in his latter
Yep.
years. And oh, by the way, just go down.
Yeah.
You just go down. You don't get hit. You just go down.
But 3-4 years ago, what did we say? When you and I was sitting on this show, and you was pissed off at Matt LaFleur. And we also were pissed off at Aaron Rodgers because he didn't take off and go get a touchdown.
That's right. In the NFC Championship game against Tom Brady.
When we think about Patrick Mahomes, we don't think about Patrick Mahomes as a scrambler. It's one of the most devastating things he does when it's playoff time.
Right.
Like, I'm just talking about the type of plays that you potentially are going to have to make to get a Super Bowl.
I'm glad you mentioned other teams that could benefit from this.
Right, I'm only talking about his ability to come back and play.
Let's transition to that now. So after losing Rodgers despite a Week 1 victory, the Jets dropped from plus 250 to plus 500 to win the division. The new division favorite, Miami, who beat the Chargers 36-34 in Week 1 behind 466 pass yards from Tua Tagovailoa. Our analytics gives Miami a 50% chance to win the division. With that being said, Marcus, which team's going to benefit the most from Rodgers' absence?
I think it's the New England Patriots. I had the Miami Dolphins winning this division with Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's the Washington.
Jets. But I think the New England Patriots, and the reason why, first of all, I like what they did against Philly. All right, I think they elevate now to the third best team in this division because their defense is formidable.
I think the Washington Commanders.
The fact that the Jets defense is so good and rightfully so. New England Patriots ain't far behind in this league as far as being a top-tier defense. I liked a lot of the things that I saw from Mac Jones as the game went along. But I think they benefit because now they can have a legitimate conversation about potentially getting into this playoff race if they can win some games. I didn't think that was possible with Aaron Rodgers. I thought the tier went Miami, the Jets, and the Bills. And usually if you're going to be the fourth team in your division, you're probably not getting in the playoffs in the AFC. So I think they benefit from the opportunity to get into the postseason because of the absence of Aaron Rodgers.
I think that's a fair answer. I mean, I'm going to say Miami, but I think New England's a fair answer, and that's going to be a very important game next weekend.
Yeah.
Because they never beat Belichick. The Jets have a brutal schedule, and that's the one game they should win
McCarthy.
at home.
At home, yeah.
So next Sunday will be a very important game, Patriots and Jets. But I will say Miami. I was very impressed with Tua. Let's hope he stays healthy. Hill's great. Their defense on their last drive against Herbert was excellent. They blitzed and he got sacked and everything else. But they had to play the Jets twice. Now they don't have to worry necessarily about Rodgers. That will be a big help. Coming up here, Black Friday, that would have been an emotional day. Now it won't be as much. So I will say and I'm not going to rule Buffalo out yet, although I'm worried about Allen too, like you. I'm sure we'll do that later. I would say Miami, myself.
Miami is definitely the first team on my list because of that dude, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, God.
He's tough.
This man.
First of all, I don't know what the hell Brandon Staley doing in Los Angeles.
No. Listen.
You play that team,
Man-to-man.
the whole. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just to remind you, who was on the record last year saying I wouldn't have let him on the team.
Jaguars.
He'd have been fired in the locker room, Guggy. He'd have been fired. You lose a 27-0 lead at halftime to a Jacksonville squad led by Trevor Lawrence that threw 4 interceptions in the first half in his first playoff game, and you let him turn around in the second half and look like Joe Montana, and you have absolutely... Brandon Staley should have been looking for a new job.
I just want to remind everybody.
Before you go. Right?
Got them boys in that building.
That's right. I know that. I understand that.
No, I'm saying there's a in waiting.
Right, I understand
in
that.
your facility.
I was going there because see, to me, the Chargers are the ones that could end up being bigger beneficiaries than we realize. Because offensively, we know they got what it takes. With Herbert, with Mike Williams, with Keenan Allen, those boys, with Eckler, and the big-time game he had to open the season after all the off-season stuff with the running backs being mistreated, in my estimation anyway. The bottom line is that their offense is prolific. It's just that, damn it, they don't have Tyreek Hill. Allen and Mike Williams, those boys are special. Ain't none of them Tyreek Hill. This brother is on another level, okay? And so that is problematic, and we get that part. But what I'm saying is that if the Jets are out, well, I'm looking at 2 out of the East. I'm looking at 2 out of the North. I'm looking at 1 out of the South. Okay? And then potentially 2 out of the West. And so who's that second team going to be? One would surmise it's the Los Angeles Chargers.
Plus they play the Jets.
There we go. And so for me, I look at it on that level, and I'm saying Jets out, Chargers in.
You could use that argument. Hey, yours is a good one too with the Patriots. All the teams. There's a lot of correct answers with that.
A way was cleared for somebody.
It's the
1 or 2 spots
49ers.
because Aaron Rodgers did.
Be fair now.
It's
Don't
the
write the Jets off
Broncos.
completely yet. running backs, Becton's back.
Yep.
They won a game. Maybe have played better.
They are clearly better. The Jets are clearly a better team, but make up your mind about the importance of the quarterback position. It's either pivotal or it's not.
Oh, it is
Last
pivotal.
year, going into Minnesota, they said they were wearing Mike effing White t-shirts. That was exactly what it said. Mike effing White.
Yep.
Those are what the t-shirts said.
Stand for.
Excuse me, we know. The point is, look at them trying to get me in trouble. This ain't Sirius XM. The point that I'm making to you is that at the end of the day, it was a celebration that they had him at the quarterback position instead of Zach Wilson. Salah has to be careful about that.
The problem is, Doggy, and I agree with you, and I agree with everybody, is that the Jets are a better football team. But if I was to ask you, what do you think the detrimental part of the New York Jets is going to be? It's the most important position.
I
on the
agree.
football team.
That's a problem.
That's the issue
Right.
that everybody has. They are a better football team.
Oh, thank you for that permission. Should we go to commercial?
Why not?
Okay, let's take a break. Still to come on First Take, we have the Commissioner, Roger Goodell, here for a one-on-one with Stephen A. You don't want to miss that. And we got an A-list today. Marcus, you're going to give your grade. Stephen A's first power rankings of the regular season is here. Mad Dog, you ready for it?
What do you pick the Giants? Okay. Somebody did.
No, is he gonna put the Cowboys number one? The Cowboys number one.